Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-game press conference after a game against Atlanta. We have head coach Nick Cushing. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Scott Churchson.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for the time. Bit of a bittersweet win, but you did land at a higher place than you did last year with a better record. Give me the mood right now in the locker room, how the team is doing, positive, negative, your thoughts. Thanks.
Yeah, the team's really happy. I think we've never won here. So that was a real desire of ours to come here and win. We're in form and we knew that there was an opportunity to finish third, which is a position higher than last year. And I thought we were really, really good for 65, 70 minutes. I thought we missed some opportunities to go 3 and 4-0 up. And we knew we were going to be under pressure in moments. The nature of Atlanta's offensive game is it's potentially the best in the league if you give them space and counter-attack. And they put us under pressure because they wanted to finish strong. And, I think that's not the game we want to play. But at the same time, we showed, once again, our ability to suffer and defend the box and hang on to a win for the last 15 minutes. So, yeah, really happy, really pleased. Of course, we're concerned about Telles and we're concerned about Tavon, or concerned about Alfredo, but we'll give our medical team space and we trust them. We know we have a really strong performance team here, and they've shown that by getting those guys fit and healthy from the rough period. And we'll just wait for the update on them. But overriding feeling, personally for me, really, really proud to finish third. Proud to have gone through the difficult period and finished strong with 4 wins, 3 wins in the league, and the home playoff game.
Michael Allen.
Yeah, Coach, thanks for making the time. Can you give us a little more update on the injuries to Magno and to Morales and Gray? And also, what do you take away from this victory going into the playoffs against Miami next week?
The injuries, we're concerned. It's a foot injury for Tavon. It's a shoulder injury for Telles. And it looks like a calf for Alfredo. The severity of them is, we don't know. We don't know. We're between. I'll tell you one thing. When we haven't ruled them out as really serious yet. So, but it's the initial period. So, like I say, we'll give the medical team space and we'll go from there. What have I learned about the team? We shifted the shape again today. We shifted the shape, and I think we've, there's been questions about the shape when we played 3-4-3 at New England, and I think we've proven that it's a good shape for us. And the system gives us balance. The system gives us real offensive quality whilst being defensively solid with the profile of players that we've had available. The challenge is now that we have everybody fit, how we fit everybody into that system. And, we shifted it a little bit today, and you can see how we did that when you watch the game. And I thought it made us even more solid and gave us balance against a really good Atlanta team. And I think last week was the first time we came up against a team that wanted to pass the ball when we changed the system, wanted to really dominate possession. And I thought we were good, but we can be better. So we shifted the shape against an Atlanta team that I think is probably one of the best possession teams in the league. And I thought it worked perfectly in that first 65 minutes. And, we protected the goal well and we created chances to get the win. And I think I've learned from the team that we can adapt and we're flexible in the roster that we have.
Tiago.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations for the victory. New York City ends the season with a good victory and makes it to the playoff well. How do you rate the team's regular season?
Really good start. I think I have to say a really good finish, and that we found solutions in really difficult moments. I'm disappointed because if you look at the way that we finished, I feel like if we would have had a healthy roster or maybe not been decimated by injuries, I think we've shown that we could finish in those top 2 spots. But at the same time, we have to understand that those teams go through these, some teams in the league go through these moments where injuries and suspensions may give you challenges, and you have to find solutions for them. I think through that period of New England, Cincinnati, Charlotte, those when the performances were good, I think we should have picked up maybe 4 or 5 more points, which would have put us in, best. But I'm really proud. I'm really proud that the players have shown the togetherness and as a group, staff and players, that we've shown that no matter what challenges get thrown at us, that we can find solutions and we can stick together and we can finish really strong going into the playoffs with momentum.
Caroline?
Hey Nick, obviously the club likes to play a certain way. With the first goal, especially the quick start and the way that goal was crafted, is that a perfect example for you of that beautiful football and the team sort of gelling at the right time?
Yeah, I think we've seen many moments of that over the last 6-8 games. I think it really came to fruition when we shifted the shape in the New England game. Although we gave away 3 really poor goals, we created a lot of really clear chances. Then going into the Cincinnati game, I think you really saw our ability to dominate the ball in this system and play the style of football that our football club and our organisation is really values. And it's just grown from there. And you can see how we've adapted it and we've shaped it. But I think the goal and a couple of the chances in the second half show the real quality that we have in our roster and the ability that we have to really hurt teams when we can move the ball, switch the play, and get into those moments in and around the final third where we can create chances.
Christian Henich?
Hi, Coach. To watch that game, the way Atlanta kind of threw themselves at you at the end, it felt almost like the perfect playoff primer. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, of course. I said to the players then that we don't want games to end like that, and maybe in playoff games they do end like that, but we have to make sure that that's 5 minutes, not 25 minutes. I think we were forced into a few changes, and although I can bring all of those players off the bench, we probably wouldn't make the changes that we made in the sense of 5 changes, 2 in the first half, 3 in one go. We were just forced by the way that the game played out with injuries. But I think, again, we've been in that position, Montreal away, Dallas away, where we've had to show our ability to suffer and our ability to close games out when maybe the game doesn't go the way that we want it to go. Severe heat in Dallas, a lot of injuries here today. We've shown that no matter what teams throw at us, even with really good offensive players, that the togetherness in the team and the spirit of the team can drag us over the line.
Oliver Strand?
Hi, thank you, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
In the pregame press conference, you were talking about the balance that a coach has to make between maintaining the momentum in terms of the lineup, in terms of the squad, but also taking advantage of this last opportunity to fine-tune the lineup in advance of the playoffs. When you made the substitutions in the 65th minute, so in other words, not the injury substitutions, was that an example of fine tuning, or were you rotating the squad?
Yeah, of course. We have to think about the future, and Keaton Parks has played 65 minutes for the first time, started a game since June. So we knew he was going to have to come out of the game because, in those moments you then risk taking him to a place where he's not conditioned to go to. But an amazing milestone for him to get 65 shows that he can do that in a game against a really difficult team. Cayens was, he was on a yellow card, and when you have players like Joseph Martinez and Araujo and Almada, and it just takes one moment of real skill and for him to just get it wrong. And although I trust him 100% and he was really disappointed to come off, it's easy to just control that, in my opinion. The nature of MLS is, it hits his hand, and we just took that one out of full control because he's an important guy for us. And then Gabriel came off because Thiago Andrade has trained really well. He deserves it. He deserves to play. The nature of having such a competitive roster is that guys who deserve to play don't get. You can only pick 11, so he deserved to go in. So we took Gabriel out, who I thought was excellent, and just gave Thiago a run. And the reason we did all 3 in one go is because the injuries forced us to. We tried to potentially get Telles to halftime, but it was impossible with the 7 minutes. So yeah, it was more a bit of freshness and guys who deserve to play.
Great. Thank you, everyone.